Hey, this is Glenn. Welcome to another episode of Difficult Questions. This one, do women's emotions matter? I have a roommate and she lost her mind one night. She was angry, she was sad, she was loud. And then the next day, she called to apologize. After the apology of her disrupting the house, she said, "But I was really sad." And I replied, the goal is not to spread the trauma. Because when you're sad and you are vocal about it and you are sad around people, then that sadness spreads to them. Then I told a couple of my friends, and they thought I was an absolute jerk for not listening to her and validating her emotions. So am I a jerk? Because I grew up with boys don't cry and anger management. So men's emotions do not matter. And then I also grew up with feminism. Men and women are equal. So if my emotions don't matter to anybody else, and I just need to learn how to control them and navigate them, then everyone else's emotions, regardless of gender, shouldn't matter to anyone else. And you should also do your best to control and not spread the trauma. And I was a nice guy. I've been a nice guy. I'm always a nice guy. I try not to be a jerk. I've really learned that no matter what and what's annoying me, no one wants to be around a jerk. So you try to be nice and you try to spread joy. And I know people vent and I'm a good listener. But what I learned is people will just use me to vent if I don't stop it. And then their venting starts to sadden me. And I'm a typical male, so I want to solve the problem. I want to solve my own problems. So if I understand venting, so stereotypically, I was married. I call myself happily divorced because I couldn't deal with it. But the sadness, I will listen to the vent. And I understand sometimes you just want someone to listen. But then if it reoccurs and you haven't done anything to fix the sadness, because sadness does not make me happy. I am always looking for joy. I'm always looking to spread joy. And if you continue to come to me with your sadness and you have not worked out how you could not be sad, I don't want to hear it. It really starts to affect me. And again, my emotions matter to me. And what I'd done, especially when I was married, is I put my emotions on the back burner. And then it became about navigating my wife's emotions. And it was eating me away because I still care about my emotions, but nobody does. And this really becomes apparent to me. I get hit by distracted drivers. And the 3 times it really hurt me, twice women were the drivers. And then the 3rd time a woman was in the car that hit me. And so as I'm lying in the street, sometimes bloody, sometimes broken, trying to figure myself out, a woman will come up to me and crying as I'm in the street, telling me that she's sorry, that she didn't mean it, that it was an accident. And I don't know what to do with that because in my world, I at some point get top billing, especially when you hit me with your car. So in my world, in my thinking, you don't get to be sad. You get to solve this problem that you've caused. And I'm navigating, trying to figure out what's broken, what works, what my next step is, getting over the trauma of you slamming into me with your car. Later, I've also learned that I really try not to be a jerk. I really try to be a nice person and spread joy, even when someone hits me with a car. So I try not to yell. I try not to be angry. Anger management. This last time I got hit, before the woman driver came to me, there was a witness, and she came up to me, and I'm all tangled in my bike. I'm on the ground, and she's asking me, "Are you okay?" And I just kept repeating, "Call 911," because all I could think was, I don't know if I'm okay. And I also wanted to respond in my anger, "Lady, I just got hit by a car. No, I'm not okay." But that is a jerky thing to say. And so as I'm sitting on the ground, trying to be nice, she keeps asking me if I'm okay. And at one point, I think I barked at her, "Call 911." And she got angry at me. "Well, I'm just trying to help." "I'm on the ground, lady." And so then I think I apologized. I think, again, a cloud of memory. I had just gotten hit by a car, flipped bull riding style, down on the ground, trying to see if anything's broken. And I have this woman wanting to validate her attempts at seeing if I'm okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't agree with it. So I pay that price, right? I live alone. I live happily alone. I love the peace. I could never navigate a woman's emotions because to me, they're just as important as my emotions in that they're not important to other people. And I try not to be a jerk, but to me, women's emotions are not real to me. They're real to them. They're not important. They're not more important. They're just as important, which means they're not important at all to anybody else. But that makes me sound like a jerk. So I don't know. It's a difficult question. What do you think? Are women's emotions important? Are women's emotions important to the people around them? Are men's emotions important? Are men's emotions important to the people around them? What are your thoughts? Thanks.